Coming up next is the Elmo's World, right here on PBS Kids. Coming up next is the Paw Patrol, right here on Nick Jr. Coming up next is the Barney and Friends, right here on KQED Kids. Coming up next is Blue's Clues, right here on Nickelodeon. Coming up next is the Looney Tunes Show on Cartoon Network. Coming up next is the SpongeBob and Phineas, right here on PBS Kids. Coming up next is Julius Jr., right here on Nick Jr. Coming up next is the Wally Kazam, right here on Nick Jr. Coming up next is the Patrick and Ferd, right here on PBS Kids Go. Coming up next is the Another Monster at the End of This Book, right here on KQED Life. Coming up next is Super Ally, right here on KQED Life. Coming up next is Tom and Jerry Tales, right here on Cartoon Network.